Hello, this is Josh Pham of the Austin, Texas Yu-Gi-Oh community and Team.jpg. Here we have...
Fritz.
And what did you play at the PPG?
Altergeist.
And what did you play, sir?
I was top 8, tied for 5th.
All right. What were your matchups today, sir?
First round first round Pacifist, second round Draco, third round Gravekeeper, fourth round I believe was Mirror, Striker. I played a Salamangreat. Played a Noble Knights. I played a Pendulum.
You played Noble Knights? Absolute madman.
Yeah, the guy was insane. He was round 7 in table 14, so he was right on the. He was very close to the bubble end.
Right. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then in tops, I played first round was Orcus, which I won, Jerry Han, and then I lost in top 8 to Magical Musketeers. I got double rebooted.
I saw that on stream. That was quite F in the chat moment. All right, let's get into it.
All right, sure. So, playing a lot of the normal Altergeist cards. We got 3 Marionetter, 3 Millisig. This is the best Altergeist card because if it turns into anyone, it's like an amazing normal summon because it's really hard to stop this from just clearing a card. At worst, you have to impermanent, which means you lose a card. And then I just can turn it into like a Link Karibo to get a Faker. Something a lot of people do is just blind make this into the Link, which is totally incorrect because if you don't have a way to Faker something or an engine, then you just lose because you're locked out of you get cut off from your engine. So it's actually a lot of times correct going first to just set this card and then let them battle into it because then they can't Ash or Call by it.
Right.
Then we play 2 Silk. You have to 1 Conqueror and then Faker. Faker's like what makes the deck work. It's insane. You usually search it off of this, but sometimes it's like better to search Marionetter so you have a normal summon.
Do you think that the one multi-faker did anything for Altergeist?
It did literally nothing except it stopped you from doing the stupid multi-faker and perm thing once in a while. So yeah, those are the Altergeist cards. Again, I think this one's by far the best one.
All right.
Insane. Then we had our Altergeist traps. So played 2 Protocol. I know some people play 3. I didn't like. I think the Manifestation is actually way better in Protocol. If you have access to engine, Manifestation is insane. And like even in my feature match, I looped. So I bricked really hard, and all I had access to was like a Silk and a Manifestation. And just with these 2 cards, I stopped him from playing for like 6 turns. And if I had drawn any engine cards like Millisig, I would have won that game. But literally just these 2 cards did enough to stop him from playing, and it's insane with the loops. Protocol's, it's Protocol, it's good, it's a monster negate, but I usually set this off of Marionetter. And 3 Spoofing, if this card was searchable, the deck would be so much better, but it's not searchable. It is what it is. I actually never got this card cycloned or twinned. I always resolved it when I flipped it, which was insane.
Has it been ashed?
No, I actually didn't get it ashed all day either.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was pretty insane. I don't know how that happened.
That card is insane.
Yeah, people weren't running hand traps for the most part. It was pretty weird. I barely got ashed. I got my Extravagance ashed like twice all event. But yeah, so those were the traps. The Altergeist traps specifically.
Right.
Then hand traps. So I actually played a lot of hand traps. The reasoning is against Altergeist, people play evenly. People play twisters. There's actually people banning like Cosmics and stuff right now because Cosmics is good against Orcus and Salamangreat. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna play a trap deck, I better play cards that don't lose to tobacco removal. So we played 3 Ash, 3 DD Crow, and 3 Imperm. So Ash is just generic hand trap that hits everything, which is why I was playing it. It actually wasn't the best. I'd say this card was really, really good. The DD Crow, when this card is good, it's really good. Specifically with Orcus, when let's say I'm going second against Orcus and they summon like Math, and I just DD Crow their send, they have to have a return or else they pass. And then against Salamangreat, what I like to do personally is instead, if they send a trap off Gazelle, I'll just DD Crow the trap when they try and add it back with Wolf. And then they have no interruption. I can just pick apart their board with Millisig and Silk, and it was really good. And I lost all but 2 die rolls during this event, and I was playing a trap deck, and I got top 8. Like, the hand traps are insane. I never resolved Imperm multi-faker, but like, Imperm is just a good hand trap in the first. Like, you don't have to use the, you don't have to get the 1 in a million combo where you draw multi-faker plus Imperm.
Right.
Good. All right, then we play 3 Extravagance. Card's good. You draw cards. Extra deck doesn't matter. If you ever go in Hexy, you probably won. So like it's whatever. 3 Strike, 3 Judgment. These were the best cards in the deck.
Wow.
I judgmented like 7 evenlies. Like, I judgmented normal summons left and right, and people just died. These cards were insane. Like, even like, so like games 2 or 3, like when people start siding in back row removal, this is your only way to stop that, unless like you have a Hexia set up in which you've already won. So, amazing. I might even play Warning in the future, but we didn't play it for this event because main purpose was this was like to make sure multi-faker resolves, so we're not getting like Ashed or something. And then this was everything else.
Right. Were you worried about getting like killed after like using and paying a lot of life points?
It's really hard to kill this deck. Like, you could just, every time they battle phase and you have access to like a Silk, like the Silk manifestation loop, and then you have Conquery as well, which you can loop as well by like playing back with Silk. It's really hard to kill this deck if I open playable. And so generic trap, we just played Compulse because every meta deck right now is extra deck reliant, and this is like the best removal card for extra deck cards that are already on the field, and that's important because when I go second and I lose the die roll, I can still remove the Colossus if I can't like strike its summon, right?
Right.
And so this card was really good all day, especially like Orcus go into Galatea, and then normally that's where you activate Galatea effect. But if I compulse that, and let's say I don't have a field, I have like a set spoofing in this, Faker in hand, I compulse the Galatea, and they can't even resolve the Nightmare that they have engraved now because there are no monsters on the field. This card was insane, and
right, because like if they compulse like a Galatea or something like that, they won't have anything else to work with.
And like chain this, the Dingirsu attach, for instance, they don't get the attach.
Right.
The card was absolutely insane. The only time it was bad is when I was against some of the like random really bad decks that just like Gravekeepers, for instance.
Yeah.
That card came right out. And then 2 1-ofs, Order, Auto Win versus Salmangrate when they open like Mining Will.
Yeah.
I never actually resolved this card.
Really?
But
dang.
I did misplay with this. I set it in my loss to Musketeers in top 8. I set this off of the red reboot. I probably should have said Judgments, but I didn't know what Musketeer cards did, so I thought they ran a lot of spells. Since game 1, you resolved like 3 spells. Turned out that was wrong. And then Trap Trick.
All right.
So this was like more just a 40th card, and it turns into an extra copy of my Compulse or an extra copy of my Impermanence.
Right.
So I can turn off like a multi-roll, or there can be only one by Trap Tricking, setting the Impermanent column, and then actually being able to play.
Right.
So it was a card I could side up, and it also made 4th copies of all my side carded traps.
So just a more consistency.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I don't know if I'd switch out in the future. I'd probably keep it. I don't think I'd play more though. So extra deck is like super streamlined. 3 Hextia. What's her even her name? Prime Banshee.
Prime
I
Banshee.
Never summoned this. I didn't even think about summoning that card. More Altergeist cards. El Mirage, Link Revo.
Yeah.
So this guy is for Silk. You normal summon Silk. Get him engrave if you have a manifestation, then you can do that Silk loop I mentioned.
Right.
And this is this was for what's her name again? Milliseek to get the search. But it's kind of dangerous to do that, as I mentioned, because if you have an Ash, you can get totally cut off from engine if you don't have a manifestation. So those are all the Altergeist cards.
You always constantly need like a Meloseed target for a Link one.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we play we play 5 cards you can link Milliseek into. And then 3 of them, if you get 1 in the grave, it doesn't matter if you banish the rest, because you can just link Revo effect to get it back. Then 2 Phoenix, never summoned it. 2 Cerberus, never summoned it. 1 Unicorn, never summoned it. Abyss Dweller, I almost summoned against Jerry Han. It was insane. I I had a Marionetter in my grave, and then I had a Marionetter and a Milliseek. This is game 3. Game 3. Was it game 2? I don't know. Anyway. And I was like, okay. I activate Extravagance. Let me check my extra deck. Oh shit, okay, I have Dweller. I set Manifestation off of this. Tributed to get this. Went Battle Phase. Search Faker, of course. Swung for 32, and then he evenly matched me at the end of the battle phase because he had no cards in his hand. I was gonna fucking Dweller him in Altergeist. It would have been insane. I didn't expect that. That was kind of a meme, but I didn't know what to play. I was just like, okay. And now, like, things I would change is 100%. I needed to play like a Borreload or a Borrelsword.
Right.
Because there were times I couldn't close the game and I would have like 6 Altergeists on the field. I would have XT and extra muzzle on like 4 or 5 main zones. So definitely like a sword or a load, because I actually just can't out untargetable monsters that are over like Banshee plus XT.
In addition to that, so there are no super poly targets. Some Altergeist players choose to take super poly in their side. Why didn't you decide to take super poly this?
I think that card's bad. So like most of the meta decks don't play into it anymore besides Sell Mangray if you set it as a trap. So it's only useful as a trap. And you can't proc multi-faker off of it, and you cannot afford the discard in this deck, at least in my variants of this deck.
Very understandable.
Yeah, and like Orcus, now they end on IP, so you can't super poly them unless, again, you set it as a trap. And even if they get to the point where they have 2 darks on the field, by super polying them, all you do is you like give them grave setup. Like, it doesn't actually help that much. All it does is give you a beater and take their monsters off the field, and they don't really care that there's stuff's in the grave. The only deck that I think it's really good against is Thunder, and it's generally not for their turn 1 board, because usually it's just like a Colossus or a Titan, but like when they actually start trying to extend for game, because Thunder isn't as good at coming back from like that problem, but Thunder's like already pretty fucking easy for this deck. When I have Compulse, I have Silquidus Bounce, I have Milliseek Send Colossus. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, this deck's already insane versus Thunder. So,
alright.
So that was extra deck. Side deck, really, some of these cards really overperformed. It was pretty insane. We were playing. So actually, I should probably talk about some of the theory for the side deck. Is I sided like a bunch of monsters, and the reason being is so. If you win game 1 with this deck, let's say I win game 1 and I win the die roll, so I went first, I did my trap plays. Game 2, people are going to start siding like the evenlies in the back row removal. So it was really important to be able to switch out a lot of these trap cards for cards that aren't going to lose to that back row removal. So in which case I could swap out, like, for instance, the Imperms would perhaps come out for the Veilers, because I'm not going to set, I wouldn't have to set them, or maybe like the Compulses, especially in the decks that they're bad against, like that, those become Pankrotopses, for instance. So anyway, let's just go over them quick. So Effect Veiler, this was again one of the cards traps would come out for, and this was insane. I was going to play Gamma Seals instead of these, just so I could keep looping it with Silk. Aaron McKinnon saved my ass and made me play this card, and it came up in my feature match as how I won against Pendulum by Veiling his Electromite, and I actually was able to win because of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And we played 3 Pankratops. I actually never summoned this. I never resolved it either. I just didn't see the card, which kind of sucked.
Ooh, Secret Rare and Ulti Veilers.
In theory, this would be amazing, but sometimes you just don't draw it. Shoutouts to Dino Josh.
What's good?
The beer with this card overperformed so much. Every time I saw this card, I won the game.
Wow.
Salad versus an Orcus. So on Salad, you do it. If they go normal Salad combo, you can do it at 2 points. So you can either do it right when they summon the Stalio, if they go for the Stalio under the Balinx, and that's then even if they have a will, they can't come back. But if they go Balinx in the extra monster zone, then you do it when they reincarnate the wolf, and then they just get no trap added back. They have to have a will in hand and the Jaguar engrave as well, so that they can actually make another wolf and reincarnate. Like, it totally just blows Salad out. And they can't play around it.
Right.
And, well, they can, but then their board is really bad. And
what did you side it against for your matchups?
It was Salad and Orcust, and then if I played against like any combo rogue, I would have put this like the combo Thunder or something, but I didn't see any of them. It was just Saladin Orcas.
All right.
And again, this card was amazing versus both of them. I sided it in against the Pendulum because sometimes they get greedy and they don't summon the Cerberus. Like the guy I played against didn't summon the Cerberus, but I didn't see it anyway, so it didn't matter. So those were the monsters. And then Storm Dusters is really straightforward. It's just back row decks. I take out like Compulse and stuff for Storm Dusters. And then the Trap Trick is a 4th copy of it.
Right.
And then this was the nuts right here is DDG. This was insane actually. Every time I resolved this, the game was over. Because like Orcus, I set this card, it doesn't lose the back row removal. It doesn't lose the evenly. Like, I set, literally, if I draw this, and I draw, like, 3 other traps, I don't even need to set them. I just go, okay, summon Marionetter, set spoofing, or sorry, I wish I could set spoofing. Set manifestation, set protocol, whatever I want, and then set DDG, and then just pass, because they could twin twister my DDG and my manifestation, and then I just.
But you still shut them out of the graveyard.
And then they literally just can't play. They cannot play under this card, and this and Salamangreats, activating this is game. Like then you get a whole turn to set up. You can go Faker off of this, which is just
insane.
And
big brain.
And then again, it's I can get it off a Trap Trick, so I'm playing 4 copies of it. So yeah, this card was the nuts every time I drew it. So that was my extra deck.
Side deck, you mean?
Or my side deck, yeah. That was my side deck. There's just like a few things I want to note. So, like, this card right here is really misunderstood. I think a lot of people, every time I see people playing this deck who aren't really good or don't really understand the deck, are always summoning Silk. And I actually got some commentary from some people asking me why I wasn't summoning Silk, specifically like in my feature match against Pendulum. And I think it's usually incorrect to summon Silk. And the only time you want to summon Silk is if you need the disruption that turn, or if you have like a set manifestation. And the reason being is, why would I summon Silk when I can summon Meliseek?
And still not lose anything.
Well, and so if I summon Meliseek and I have a protocol,
right?
I'm getting a monster negate and a normal summon for next turn off of 1 card, and it's just free. Whereas if I have Silk, all right, if I go Silk, it's like okay, I can bounce multi-faker. Okay.
Silk dies.
What's my play next turn? Like you
right.
lose your follow-up, and that's like the thing that I found most important is always having access to your engine and always being able to make plays next turn. And so even if it means that like 1 more of their plays goes through, that's fine because you can actually just like next turn normal summon Marionette or so, like let's say I do this, I summon the this and then use protocol negate something, search for this. Oh no, they attack over my multi-figure. Okay, it goes to the grave. Next turn, I just normal summon Marionetter, set manifestation, Marionetter, tribute, get my faker, proc faker again, maybe get a Silk now, and then I can start this Silk manifestation loop. Like, it's greedy, but it's like, you have to be greedy. Especially when you have all these super powerful trap cards that can stop their play. Like if you have a Judgment, like why would I ever? The Judgment is gonna stop their play.
Right.
So I just wanted to make like note of that.
So you wanted to make sure that you had like a follow-up and at least a play every turn.
Because losing access to the engine is how you lose the game. It's not them having like... Losing access to the engine means you just have no plays to make. And you just rely on hoping to hard draw in this stuff. So even if it means it's going to be a bit... You're going to have less interruptions, I think it's almost always correct to actually try to keep your engine going rather than make extraneous interruptions. And awesome. I did that almost every time. I would go for Meliseek, or maybe you can summon Conquery off of it and then bounce the Conquery with the Silk.
Right.
Silk, so that's another way of searching Conquery. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make note of that because I had a lot of people ask me about that after I was playing. So.
All right. Would you like to make any changes to the deck, the main deck or extra deck or?
Extra deck, I definitely need like an out to big untargetable monsters. There's no reason I should be playing like all these nightmares when I literally never had any reason to go into them. The only one I think I would play is this one, and then maybe this one, like one of each. these should have been like Boral Sword or something
Right.
for something that can help me push for game. Otherwise, I was super happy with this. I was really happy with my main. So side.
So no certain changes.
No, I liked it a lot actually. I would keep this. I would keep this.
Anything in the side?
I don't think so. I mean, this card, I didn't see it, but in theory it would be really good. So yeah, so in theory it was good.
Awesome.
I liked my deck a lot. This event. I only picked this deck up literally 4 days ago, and I'd never played it before. And I was like, okay, this looks pretty fun. It's like Trap Sky Strikers. I played a bunch of Sky Strikers before, and sure enough, it was pretty easy. So.
All right. Thank you for this deck profile. Have a good day.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts. Yeah.
Josh, who's recording. Other Josh.
I forgot shoutouts.
Michael, I miss you. You should come back to Austin more often. Thanks, Aaron, for helping me test. Aaron helped with side deck. He helped so much with my side deck. Thanks, Cam, for being with us for testing as well. Thanks, Will. Anybody I'm missing? I think that's pretty much everyone who helped me out. Everyone at Res, everyone's cool. I got them all to sign my cards, so I got my friends with me. So
All right, bet. Okay, now we're done.